Hello, everyone. I'm your host, Simon Oma, and welcome back to Quincy Chronicles, where I discuss all the new Thousand Year Blood War Bleach episodes. We're back today with Tiftifbee.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, today we're discussing episode 6, The Holy Newborn. Seems like quite a bit to unpack there. It picked up with Grimjow showing up.
And the girls go wild.
Yeah, he also brought along Nell, and we had the return of the Fullbringers, Riruka and Yukio.
Shout out to Minivold for Yukio.
Oh yeah, Lucy and Dodge is great.
Poor old Ichigo has pretty much been left in the dark about all of this going on.
Oh yeah, he had absolutely no idea. But yeah, it's cool to see Lucy and Dodge and Christina V back for their characters. I think Nell and Grimjow are back as well, though I'm not entirely sure who their actors were.
Let me take a look. See, found him, David Vincent.
Oh, nice. Yeah, seeing them again was cool. Nell seems to have a bracelet she can use to switch between her two forms, which is neat.
That'll definitely come in handy.
Oh yeah, totally. And Yoruichi was with them to explain to Ichigo all the stuff about how they'd get back up to the palace through the Valley of Screams that's apparently from the first movie that we have still yet to watch.
Yes.
But that's cool. It was referenced and I guess made canon again, more or less. And that Chad and Orihime know about it because they had been there before, probably in the movie. I bet Uryu knows about it too, but Ichigo had no clue.
You need to tell me everything, and I mean everything.
Poor Ichigo.
Talk about being the last one to arrive at the party.
Yeah, totally. Speaking of arriving at the party, the Soul Reapers all came and went through their portal gate to get up to what should be the royal palace, but Yuhabaha changed it all up and made it his own palace.
He's been redecorating.
He totally has.
It's oddly kind of beautiful with whole kind of crystallized ice-like features.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. It looks like ice, but it's not really ice, is it?
Yeah, I could kind of see it. I mean, it's got that Quincy feel to it, right? And when he was redecorating, we had a little bit of Uryu there with Ugrim and I guess the others. You said before that Uryu was not very happy about Yuhabaha's decisions.
It looked like he was kind of grunting about something. Not sure it was disgust or just more like a neutral kind of grunt.
Oh, right. He did have a little grunt. I heard that too. And I did finally see Yuhabaha's eyes. They look kind of... Yeah.
Yes. And Uryu is kind of sweating a little bit.
Yeah, and Ugrim was ordered to go with Yuhabaha to join him in dealing with their guests.
And Uryu's thinking, fuck, what do I do now?
Yeah, I'm sure our boy's got some kind of plan up his sleeve. We should be getting a nice episode of him next week.
Yes. Next episode, I believe, features him fighting Renji. It's gonna be awkward.
Yeah, Renji is one of the Soul Reapers who came with everybody when they found the Royal Palace isn't exactly there anymore.
Toto, I don't think we're in the Soul Society anymore.
I know, right? Ichigo and his team are lucky to not get caught up in that because they were riding through the Valley of Screams thingy through their Garganta to get back up there. So they didn't get remodeled, luckily. Yeah, I think most of it was like all the exposition of like just, explaining how they were getting back up to the Royal Palace to take the fight, or rather, Quincy Palace to take the fight to Yubaha, who's ready for them and probably sees what's coming.
He sees everything.
He sure does. I don't know if there's anything else you want to say about the episode. It's not too much to discuss for it, I don't think.
It was pretty interesting, that's all I'll say. I'm scared for our boy, though.
Yeah, it was good to see everybody coming back and, like, all the setup for the battles to come, especially with our boy.
Also, I feel kind of bad for Ichigo.
A little bit.
Gets pretty much left in the dark about everything that the group is planning. Hell, not even Orihime or Chad told him. By the time we heard Grimjow's voice for the first time, I think we knew there was something going on. I gotta ask, where did Chad get the maracas from?
Chad had maracas?
Yeah, it looked like Orihime was throwing rice or something like that. And Chad was just shaking the maracas, maybe trying to placate Grimjow.
Oh, okay, cute. I know Riruka was trying to play hard to get with Orihime again and pretending not to be friends with her.
And also trying not to blush. There you go. I'll help you out. It's not like I like you or anything, idiot. Oh, Riruka. The sweet, stubborn little lady you are.
Yeah, and I remember like Shunsui was quite surprised about the new palace they found themselves in and hoping that Ichigo and the others could be like their ace in the hole, being able to sense his spirit pressure.
Hmm.
Then we had some nice, stuff with Yugrim. He got a few lines, though unfortunately no Uryu speaking, just his grunt.
Well, hopefully we'll hear more of him next week.
Oh, totally. We've got a good episode coming.
Yes. I am excited about that one.
Oh, yeah, we'll definitely have a good chat for that one.
Oh, yeah. So don't expect any sense from either of us next week.
Oh, yeah, we're going to be focused on watching that when that's out.
Yep.
Let's see, that's all I can really think of for that episode. We don't have any original episodes to discuss, but we could talk about the live action movie if you want.
Yes, we've been meaning to talk about that, haven't we?
Yeah, we totally have been, and that's a lot to unpack. A lot of feelings about that.
Definitely. For starters, I'm pleased we got the majority of the English cast in it. Like Johnny,
Steve, of course.
DSP.
Yeah, Steve Prince was great as Uryu in that, of course, as always. So it was great to hear him again.
Absolutely. There were a few different cast changes I was surprised by, like Kaiji Tang as Chad.
I quite liked him.
Yeah, he did a pretty good job.
He did do a good job. Of course, Orihime was still Stephanie Sheh. She was the same.
Rukia changed as well. She was voiced by Cassandra Lee Morris in that one.
She did well, but it was rather odd without Michelle Ruff.
Then again, to be honest, it looked like Rukia's actress was like a more younger than Rukia initially appears to be. Hana Sugisaki played her.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, of course, the English was just the dubbing. The the acting was all like Japanese since it's live action.
Yeah. Great Chun as Byakuya, Richie Casino as Renji. And we got Keith Silverstein as Ishin.
Yeah, that's one that just did not do it for me. Sirius did not work for Ishin, and I mean, he's a great actor and he does serious
Oh
and
yeah,
darker tones well, but it just sounded wrong.
I kept expecting him to say, "You've got a good eye."
Nice. We had Doug Erholtz back as Kisuke, though he's not Kisuke's original actor. He did him for a good chunk of the original anime, and he's doing
Yes.
him for Thousand Year Blood War, so that was a good one.
Yeah. Johnny absolutely knocked it out of the park, as always.
Oh, for sure.
And of course, DSP as Uryu. Can't go wrong there.
Nope, he was great. Uryu got like a little bit of stuff to do, but with the plot changes, he didn't like get as much, but he got a good,
No.
decent amount of stuff. Like the movie went through the first season or the majority of it. They changed up a lot of the story, which I guess it was
Yes.
fine in a movie, but you know, it's
If you're
odd
a
seeing.
series purist, you're definitely, if you're a series purist and you're used to the story being told a different way, you'll suddenly be tearing your hair out about it, like, oh, how this goes, and that should have been this, and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, totally.
Did it tell the story? Yes. Was it exactly like the story? No. But was it enjoyable? Yeah.
I would think so. I mean, there was some pretty good stuff they did well. They did change some of the timeline a bit, it would seem, but they did some stuff
Yeah.
well, like Ichigo's desperation to fight Renji and Byakuya and save Rukia. That was pretty heart wrenching, to be fair.
It was.
And of course, Ryu getting his big moment and meeting Ichigo. That was pretty similar to the anime for the most part, doing a bit of the holo contest. So they kind of like changed it up to make like the climax of that against Grand Fisher rather than a Menos Grande, but it seemed to work out. And his bow was pretty damn cool in live action. Not gonna lie.
Absolutely. I like how it was summoned this time. They definitely tried something different with it.
Oh yeah, you want to describe that more?
The cross is definitely a lot different.
Oh yeah, it's not his like original one. That's like a more regular cross.
It looks very similar to his original cross, but there's not really much of a chain there this time.
Ah, okay.
The bow itself, beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Oh, totally. And the arrows were pretty cool, like the way they did it for live action.
Hmm.
The one thing I did really enjoy for watching the movie was that it actually had audio description, which anime unfortunately does not have, but
It does not.
audio description for the blind is extremely helpful, and I could actually get more of an idea of what was happening in the anime, not having to worry about everything being super dark like with Thousand Year Blood War and not seeing it.
Saying, making no names.
Even though, yeah, there was a lot of dark bits, I could hear what was going on with the description, which seemed good, though, they did their best at pronouncing character names. Most of them weren't too bad.
It's interesting to know that, I don't know if it was in the anime or not, or the manga, but apparently Uryu knew about Kisuke being an exiled Shinigami, or Soul Reaper.
Yeah, because the movie got rid of, like, everything to do with Kon, so they had Uryu be the one to show Ichigo to Urahara's shop and explain Kisuke to him there.
Yeah. As someone who doesn't really like Kon, thank God.
Yeah, that was probably more of a blessing. Kon's not the greatest.
There's only so many times you would say, like, oh, this guy likes such and such. This guy's a pervert. We get it. He's a pervert. You don't need to ram it down our throats.
Yeah, he has some good moments, but in general, not a huge fan of his character. Another change that I noticed with Uryu was that since they made it seem more like Ichigo was with Rukia for like a year and doing all this like sword training they had him doing throughout the film, instead of just like 2 months, they
Yeah.
had Uryu say that he transferred there to Karakura town when he sensed Ichigo's powers, which is a little bit different from the anime timeline, but it's possible he could have transferred from Naruki City, which seems to be where Ryukin is from.
Would explain a lot. To be honest, we don't really know much about the Ishida family themselves. We don't know if they originally came from Karakura Town or if Izumi came from Karakura Town.
Yeah, it's possible that Ryukin moved there after the events of like the past stuff with Masaki and
Saki and
Ishin, since we know he built the Karakura Hospital, so he obviously like is there, but we don't know much before that. So I thought it was a little bit of interesting Uryu history. They had him transfer to Karakura and him confronting Ichigo. He also said, some good lines like, I am Uryu Ishida, the last of the Quincy.
of course.
You gotta have that.
It was good. I like the costumes. They're very accurate to the Karakura High School uniforms.
Yeah, Uryu had like his winter look, like the gray one, right?
Yeah, the one that he's mostly seen in the post time skip stuff.
That's cool. But yeah, let's see. Another moment, like like during the big battle when they defeat the Manos, well, Grand Fisher in this case, and then they go into the Renji Byakuya stuff and trying to take Rukia back. Though they kind of like put that in, like scatter it in a bit throughout the movie, making Byakuya like the villain, and like him and Renji are there for most of it. When they get finished the fight and we're like up to like the part in the anime where they're gonna take Rukia back, like they finish the fight, everyone's happy, like Uryu helped out Ichigo and all that. Renji stabbing Uryu in the back was just like, oh my heart broke. It was so like gut punch.
My boy, look what they did to my boy.
I know, and like Steve's like grunts from that and stuff like, that hurt. That one really hurt.
But once everything's all resolved, it seems like Rukia goes home to Soul Society and doesn't appear to be awaiting execution.
Yeah, it seems to be in like a happy ending with her wrapping up the whole conflict of what happened to Ichigo's mother that the film seemed to center around, as well as like Rukia, becoming friends with everyone and not, just being a Soul Reaper, like caring about people and having like human friends.
Her heart grew 3 sizes that day.
Yes, she was very like serious and stickling for like the Soul Society rules in this, and they really touched on her and Ichigo's relationship, maybe making it a slight bit romantic. They do that for movies, but I rather liked it. I've always been like a bit of an Ichigo Rukia shipper, so.
I don't mind it. I assume it's more platonic. Found family. If that makes sense.
Oh yeah, that's fair. That could definitely be something too. I liked how they showed more of their relationship though. Like I've seen like Steve Prince mention it would have been probably better for Ichigo's character to show more how he interacts with spirits and being able to see them,
Yeah.
i.e. the Soul Reapers. So it was good to see that the movie was able to kind of like expand on that, where the anime can't really do much about it anymore, since that's so much past that arc.
Mm.
But yeah, I quite enjoyed it. Unfortunately, Orihime and Chad didn't really get shown much in what they could do or their stuff. They kind of just stood around there for most of it. Chad helped out a bit with his strength, though. I think he like held up a bus or something so it didn't crush Ichigo or Ryu. Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, Orihime didn't really get to do too much. They didn't really do anything with her character, which kind of, wasn't that great.
Disappointing. That was disappointing.
Yeah. But I think the rest of it was handled decently for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
I did like how they did Byakuya. I wasn't quite used to his voice, but the costume design there was pretty damn good.
We got Renji's outfit pretty much nailed, hit in the head.
Yeah, that too. So yeah, Rukia went back. They had like everyone forget about her in the end, including like Ichigo and Uryu, but maybe they sort of seem to remember instead of completely forgetting. But like Uryu meeting Ichigo again after in class was some nice little lines from him.
Mm,
I think it seemed like Ichigo may have remembered in the end that
yeah.
Rukia was there and she was his friend. So, kind of nice little setup for in case they did in like another movie, which I guess they obviously didn't.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess that's my thoughts on it. What did you think of the movie?
It was definitely entertaining.
It was that. That is for sure.
Do I wish we'd seen more from certain characters like Orihime and Chad? Yes.
Definitely.
Because I kept waiting for the moment this is when they're gonna get the powers. This is when they're gonna get involved. Like,
Nope.
that's it? That's it? How can you have Ichigo and Uryu do their thing, but not have Orihime and Chad do their thing?
At least we got Uryu. I mean, I'm not sure about him sitting at a burger joint for a good chunk of it, but at least we got Uryu.
That gave me vibes of Persona.
It did a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah. Because I know they have like burger joints in Persona 5.
Yes. They also had a lot of, they had some Persona actors there, as well as a lot of Danganronpa actors. Like, the whole main cast with all their good Danganronpa V free friends.
That's true.
That was fun. I did enjoy most of the voice acting, though.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Keith Silverstein was not doing it for me.
I'm so used to Patrick Seitz being the voice of Ishii.
Oh, totally, and he does such a great job. Unfortunately, no Ryukin in the movie, but that's to be expected. He wasn't in season one, even though he is sort of mentioned in season one.
Who knows? Maybe we'll get some more movies.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, it's been a few years since that one came out. I think it's from 2018, so yeah, I don't think we'll see another one of those. But there is the anime movies we should probably watch at some time.
Oh, true. And again, it took what 10 or so years for Thousand Year Blood War to be animated. Don't never say never.
Indeed, that is true. Well, here's hoping, and we can have fun talking about the next Thousand Year Blood War episode next week with more review. Yay!
Woo.
So, unless you have any final thoughts, I think that's all for this episode.
Yeah, I'm excited for next week's episode. Mostly because I've seen some of the spoilers and my view attacks look really cool.
Oh, definitely. I'm really excited too. So, yeah, we'll be back to discuss that episode next week. And I hope you guys enjoyed this little chat about Thousand Year Blood War and the live action movie that we added in this time.
Yep.
So, until next time, thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.
Bye.